Hey guys, welcome back to another episode where I rank object show episodes. Today we're gonna do a teapot ranking episode. I did one on my last channel, but I'm gonna do one on this one because I barely use that one. Basically, Teapot is the fifth season of BFDI. It's basically after BFB 16 when Ford decided to split the show, and Teapot so far is actually a pretty good show for its fifth season. So let's go over some rules before we, start the actual ranking, because you guys are probably gonna get mad if I say some kind of bad stuff. Alright, the first thing I really want to talk about for the rules is that number one, these are all my opinions. So basically, like, if you don't like what I say about your favorite episode of Teapot, it's my opinion. And if you have other feelings of your favorite Teapot episode, that's fine. It's your opinion. I'm not gonna make you respect my opinion. Another rule is that I'm only gonna be talking about Teapot 1 through 11. 12 isn't really out yet, and there's like leaks online. I'm not gonna show any leaks, however, because I'm not a leak kind of person. The third rule, please like and subscribe. This took me like a while to edit, because I don't really have an editor. And I just want you guys to enjoy, because I'm not making these for money. I'm making these for entertainment. And also, I got some shoutouts. Shout out to TL Jalen 64. They had mentioned me for a shoutout in their OSC YouTubers the movie video. Alright, Teapot 1. I'm gonna be honest here. Teapot 1 is a pretty good episode to start off the fifth season. Any flaws for Teapot I'd say is that the animation looks really good. It reminds me of Inanimate Sandy season 3. Another thing I actually like about the episode is that there's more story, there's a debut, and like two people already joining the game. I felt like it was a pretty good episode. If I'd rank it on a tier list, I'd give it like a S. But however, there is some problems with the episode. Even though it is like a long episode, I don't really like the long episodes that longer. If that even makes sense. But to put it to you, I don't really like this episode that much. But it's still good though. But I would say it's kind of mid. The parts that I don't really like is that the team making it's a little bit too long. It's just there for filler. But I do have to say, like, there's a lot of good stories in it. I didn't like Winter for this episode. It was just there, but it wasn't mean. It wasn't like bad, so I wouldn't really say anything like that. However, for this episode, I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10. That's the only one I'd give it. So yeah. Alright, Teapot 2. After Teapot 1 release, I felt like this was a pretty good episode. It kind of was like the last episode I kind of watched after taking a break of Teapot. Fun fact, this was like when Satomi kind of like quit being an animator, just decided to be a voice actor. In my opinion, I feel like that's pretty unfair. She's a pretty good person, and that episode they do is really good, and that's what makes Teapot really good. Teapot 2, however, it's a pretty good episode, way better than Teapot 3 in my opinion. We'll get back to that later though. Teapot, as a whole, is a pretty good with the season, and this is one of the episodes that kind of had started the whole Teapot being good arc thingy. I like the contest. The contest was pretty good. It's original, funny. I like the elimination. However, this was like when it kind of started to die down. Cause after Teapot 2, there was like no news from like any new episodes until like Teapot 3 released like a few weeks, months later. It was like a long time ago. But I still rewatched this episode multiple times. For a tier list, I put it in a B tier. However, I'm gonna rank it as not a good one, but a 5 out of 10. Oh, Teapot 3. What do I have to say about Teapot 3? I have a lot to say about this episode, and it's not good. For starters, I feel like the whole runtime is kind of just here. It's not a long episode. Again, I don't like long episodes, but I also don't like short. I'd say around 20-30 minutes is a pretty good start. But like 40-50 is where I kind of like draw it. But basically, Teapot 3 is a pretty bad episode. I'd give it a D tier. However, there's a lot of people who actually think this is a pretty good one. I don't know why, but this is their opinion. I like Team Deathpack in this one. They were actually focusing on the challenge and making sure nobody gets killed. I feel like that the whole elimination was rushed. No, like, storyline for the elimination. It was just 1 minute into it, and I think that's all it was, in my opinion. I still don't like it. I would not really rewatch it, but if you forced me to, I would. But yeah, I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 10. Teapot 4, a pretty good episode after Teapot 3, and I feel like there's a lot of flaws in this episode. 1, it's a pretty good episode. 2, it's a pretty good episode. I don't really have a lot to say about it. The only thing I'd give it to is that there's a little bit more story plot in it, and there's more like moments with other BFB characters. I feel like that pillow was like kind of annoying, but I give it a 4. Teapot 5. Teapot 5 is a pretty good episode. This was like really good in my opinion, because this was the arc when BFB and Teapot episodes would come out like every month, and I think they did a pretty good one of this. The art looks pretty good for like some of it. The elimination is good. I liked it. I give it a 8 because the challenge is actually pretty cool. Yeah, let's get to Teapot 6. Alright, and to end off the first part of ranking every Teapot episode is Teapot 6. Sadly, I did not like this episode. For it being leaked on the internet and Teapot 12 being leaked on the internet, like, again, I don't think that this would be even good, even if it was not leaked. In my opinion, I feel like Teapot 6 should not have been a competitive episode. In my defense, I feel like it should have been a little bit more than like a chilling episode. I feel like that if BFDIA 13 does that, it would be a pretty good episode. There are some parts that I like the treehouse scene. I like when Teacher has to get the chocolate balls, but yeah. Alright, and that's to end off the first part of ranking every Teapot episode. Thank you guys for watching. Shout out to TR64 again. Shout out Foodie Teapot, I guess. I don't know. And I'd say it's it for the episode. I don't know when part 2 will release yet. I thought this was gonna be longer than expected, but the storm and everything at my hometown is like bad, and I'm still gonna have to try and make the episodes like more longer, the videos more longer. But I'm taking a break of making my object shows and starting just doing object show related videos. So yeah, thanks for watching. And also thanks for 322 subscribers. Let's try to get to 400 by the end of August. Yeah, thank you guys so much. I will update you guys on the CR Element history video. Yeah, and thank you guys for watching. Later.